Welcome to the stream tonight, guys. Advocates for Justice Paralegal School. And we about to change that to Paralegal University. And at some point in time down the road, we're going to open up a whole different package here and help people learn how to do this for those who want to be entrepreneurs, paralegal badasses, or maybe you have, or maybe you just want to protect your rental properties, or just have your paralegal team that you lease out to. The opportunities are endless, and at some point down the road, when I get this structured and I charge my $5 million. I'll help you learn how to have your own business. And but the good thing is you won't have all the problems that I had getting this puppy up and rolling. Not only that, when I structure this new business model that I'm working on, as a paralegal or business entrepreneur, you would have access to pretty much all of the stuff that I have access to. So for the $5 million, I need to bring more to the table. Okay, it's going to be half price at two. It's going to be half price at $2 million. Okay, sorry, I got a little carried away. We'll work out millions later when we get the package up enough where people can see the value that we're going to bring to the table. Welcome, Marcus. Welcome to the show. Wisconsin checking in. I like it. It's real important to check in even if you don't have anything to say, because it works out a lot better when special things need to be done or somebody needs to go extra step or something like that. And I'm talking about the coach, just in case you're confused. It's easier for me to do those extra things for people when I see them here and when I see them commenting on the Facebook page and when I see them asking questions. It makes it a lot easier for me to stay up later, helping people trying to get things done that are doing what they need to do. The people that are doing whatever it takes, they're willing to do whatever it takes. So that's how that rose. Hey, Nikki, welcome to the show tonight. And James, thank you for that. We're changing them. Celeste called me or messaged me, Celeste messaged me to let me know that the 42 USC 1983 package that she was using didn't have anything in it about the Foreign Agent Registration Act or about the Administrative Procedures Act of 1946 or about some other stuff. And so I messaged her back to let her know that that stuff was in older videos. And so she messaged me back, and Celeste is one of the paralegals that is in the group, and she messaged me back a third time to let me know the video that she was looking at was only 2 months old. Celeste, that's an old video. Now, the changes that we made to the stuff are changes that were made based off of real-time feedback from people from all across the United States. So, in this school, we're not going to just sit and do one thing, and whether it works or not, we're not going to do the same thing. And that's what we're doing now. We're going to change the program as the real-time feedback comes in. So, and I remember in the beginning of this lawsuit package thing, I had the non-judicial and judicial the same. I did not realize that there was a huge difference. And then people were filing them and the non-judicial, but they were still getting kicked out of their house. Most people didn't have any place to file it. If you're in non-judicial, they didn't realize you have to start your own lawsuit and all. Well, I didn't realize that either, so I'm not I'm not pointing a finger at them. So yeah, I had a lot of work to do, and I remember 1 week. I remember in 1 or 2 weeks, I made like 4 changes to the non-judicial package, and I had one lady that was pulling her hair out. Boy, she was really pissed. Just yelling at me. And so, I was like, I don't know. I just like to keep it simple. I told her, the reason why we're making the changes and how we're making the changes and what we're using to making the changes. So it's up to her, She didn't have to make the changes. She could go in the lines damning what she got if she wants to, but I'm going to have her sign a couple of disclosure. Oh, that she knew anyway. Welcome from Oklahoma, Becky. Welcome. I think you knew. We've been kind of chatting. I recognize your name. I never seen it spelled that way. We've been chatting a little bit. And Donna, welcome, Donna. Donna was our phone caller that called in several weeks ago that stopped the auction sale of her house just by doing the counterclaim thing. So I wonder how things are going for you, Donna. There are people still sniffing around your house because you stomped them in the face pretty good. So we're going to move on. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's nice to see you. We got some people up in the house. Donna says she knew 12 years in the battle. Well, or Becky, she's new 12 years in the battle. Well, I think it's time to put an end to this stuff. I think it's time to end your battle, or at least make them go sit down that side. Oh, they change the sales date. So yeah, well, that's they can do that. You just need to get your stuff filed in federal court, Donna, and then add them to it. Whoever is, you can even add the people that's going to sell it. You can add them right to it. Everybody, oh, we haven't sold yet. Well, I don't think I want to wait. And that would be something that I would want to have them worried about in court, and not me. So let's get on. We're going to talk about the eviction process. We got a couple of things we're going to talk about tonight. Brittany called in yesterday and to ask me if I could help her stop a federal case. Now, those of you who know me know that is the reason why I'm here, because of the feds getting up and so right away I was like, this sounds like then I kind of caught myself. Okay, now wait a minute, I don't know, maybe it's a hater, or maybe it's somebody crazy. I don't know. So I asked her a couple of why questions, and she answered every one of them. One of the why questions was, well, why wouldn't you do that? And she said, because there's no inter-party. There's no inter-party, coach. And I was like, well, yeah, there's no inter-party. So what would be the problem with that? Well, the judge doesn't have jurisdiction. Oh, okay. I was getting excited now. All right, this is really cool. I don't have very many people who actually grasp the thing. The thing here, the thing is the fact that you need to stop the court process and not argue those lies. Everybody wants to argue the lies. Oh, I got to argue the lies. And no, you got to stop the court process because it doesn't matter if you win or lose the argument on the lies. The court process is going to kick your ass. That's it. If you can learn how to control the court process, it was just your life would change. So we're going to talk about a couple other things tonight. We're going to talk about the updates we learned on stopping the eviction process, and we're going to talk about one of our team members that got evicted today. And I felt sad for her, and we're still working on that. And so those of you who are in this program, right? Those of you who are in this program and are stopping or have stopped or still in your house past the stopped, it's critical that you follow all of the steps that I outlined for you, even if you don't understand them. If you don't understand it, if you trust me, you follow the steps, even if you don't understand them. And if you have trust issues, you just need to remember, I hate them. And you can listen to all of my videos. Not in one of my videos do I say anything nice about, well, there's one attorney, the consultant that came on to one of our live streams, and he was a total badass. So there's maybe 2 or 3 that I respect. Now, that's not to say every attorney. We might want to narrow that down to foreclosure attorneys and criminal defense attorneys. And okay, never mind. I'm getting carried away on that. But yeah, they're attorneys. And people trust them. And if you trust a paralegal, most paralegals roll like an attorney. So if they do conventional stuff, then you're done. The person that's struggling with this problem, the paralegal told them that the court would throw my stuff out. Well, they would try, and they always. But that's sad. But we're still working with that, and we're going to talk about what we need to know to make sure other people aren't making the same mistake, and that's the beauty of this program. So we're going to get to that. And how to stay in federal court, how to stay in federal court, because federal court is going to try everything they can to send your butt back down there because they do not want to have to put up with that stink that you bring into the table. Well, Ray K, you need to go to the website and take a look at the packages that you have to offer. You do the same thing, you sue them. It don't matter if it's before the sale, after the sale, up to 15 years. You can challenge the court's jurisdiction up to 15 years. And that's the only thing we talk about. The court does not have jurisdiction because there's no injured party. There's no accounting of the money trail. There's no original contract that's signed by both parties. There's nothing except the attorney's affidavit that they reviewed the records. So y'all ass getting sued by the records. Well, not if you're in my program and you follow the steps. Now, it's really important to follow the steps even if you don't understand them, because in the end, you're going to be deficient if you haven't done some things. And while we're talking about this, I'm just going to throw it on the table. So one of the steps that was missing, I personally, I think there's 2 or 3 steps missing, but so far we've only figured out one step. And one of the steps that's missing is the state was not added to the action. I don't think this person filed it in state court as well, but I'm not absolutely sure. Our conversation was a little stressed on both sides because I was stressed because things didn't get done the way we worked out the game plan. And obviously, she was stressing because of her situation. So basically, what we did was until we were going to talk later because I'm grumpy and I know she's stressed out. And I know she's got plenty to do right now. I let her know that I'm still got your back. You know, you invested in my products, and I'm still going to help you with this as long as you're willing to fight. So that's where we are with that. One of the things that she's going to do, and I'm just going to throw it out there because I'm sure other people are in. When you get to the eviction process, it gets real freaking tricky. It gets real tricky because the whole thing is a scam. But you don't have enough time to do anything and react. And if you're in the 10-day eviction protocol, you need to remember that they're going to try to throw your stuff in the basket and have it sit until they get your ass off of their property. Remember, I told you they already own the deed. They just need to get your ass off their property. Oh, yeah, that's right. You know, so they're going to stall. They're going to stall. And this is the thing that I tell people when you're fighting is more, there's something more important than stopping the sale of your house. What's more important than stopping the sale of your house is making sure that you have a game plan in place that's going to stop the eviction process. Now, what we're learning is that the eviction process, we were filing in federal court and using all of that and moving everything. But that only worked for a handful of people. That worked for the people that wasn't having it and was willing to talk some shit. I mean, sorry. They're willing to talk some trash to your clerk about what's going on. Now, not everybody has that big. I was going to say that. Not everyone has that big a head. Courage. We'll stick with courage. Not everyone has that much courage to go in and talk shit in there like that. So, we're changing things and trying to make them set up so that they'll work for everybody. And one of the things that we're changing on the eviction process is that we don't have time to file it in federal court and use that to stop. I mean, some it has, but we need a program that's working all the time. There's not some in, some not. That kind of bullshit. That's not that's not working for me. Because neighbors, when I like to see them walk away. That's how I do it. I don't worry about winning in court. I don't worry about them. I want to see them sit their happy ass down and go walk away. So that's what I don't call that a win because for what most people go through dealing with this bullshit, there's no way you could win because you can't be put back to where you was normal and not wake up every morning with the fear that someone's going to be knocking on your door to throw your shit out in the yard. So, there's no win. But I tell you what, if you change your concept to making them pay, you won't cost their ass money, then you'd be surprised. And what you learn how to do in my program is to add to people who signed to start the shit or further the shit against you as your number one defendant. Now, in your lawsuit. Now, this is what we were doing. This is the change that we had made to the eviction situation. We were changing, moving everything over to federal court, but we had to make some changes to that because of the time. Federal court would get on the phone. They're on the phone. The court's on the phone, talking to each other. Oh yeah, the judge is still in place. We still got this under control. We just need you guys to stall their ass off for a few more days until we can get the eviction process rolling. And I told this person that they were going to speed up the situation, and they told me no. I called down and talked to the sheriff's department, and they told me that they're going to, they're like they're like a month behind. So they're not going to be evicting me because they're, and I'm like, no, dude, those people lie when their mouth, they lie when their mouth's open that you can't. And I told her that the sheriff's department is not going to tell you when they're showing up to throw your stuff out in the yard. Are you kidding me right now? They're not going to tell you that because they don't want your ass sitting down there with your, I'm not even going to say it. Relax. I'm not even going to say it. They don't want you to be sitting there. And now, not everybody would, but some people would. There's a bunch of crazy shit going on right now in the world. I'm sure there's people shooting up kids. And, are you kidding me right now? So the police ain't going to tell you when they're coming to your house to throw your stuff out in the yard. That's just not a good idea. Not a good idea for them. So, Reiki, you're going to have to go to the link, and I put the link up here in the beginning of this stream, and figure all this out yourself, okay? Because I don't tell people what to do. I figured out when I do things that way, that's the way our whole relationship goes to me, telling you what to do. In this program, you got to go figure it out. Now, when you go figure it out and you come back and you can ask me some specific questions, but not right in the middle of my live stream that we're talking about something way past what package you need. So I'm going to have questions in the end. You can scoot over to my website at winningcourtnow.com, educate yourself, and you can ask some questions in the end about a specific package or whatever. But just reading your thing, no offense, but you look like you're kind of freaking out. And I don't, maybe you need to be reading a paper bag or something. Go check out your options, educate yourself. And then when you come to the table, hey, will this work for me or whatever, or I can ask you questions. And it helps me be able to decide. It helps me be able to have confidence that you understand everything and you're going to be able to make this work, because my program is not for everybody. So, and I get that. And I'm not the coach that everybody likes to have. Actually, if you get your shit done, then there's not a problem. And you can ask many people. If you don't get your stuff done that you need to get done, my job is to let you know. And most of the time when I do that, people don't like it. And my job is I don't give a shit. You can fire me if you want to, and I'll go sit the hell down and turn your number off. So that's how, if you're going to be in my program, we're going to do it the way that I do it. And at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want. But, I can't coach you on the stuff you're doing because it's not what I've learned from all of the people that I've been working with for a very long time. So. The other thing that we want to talk about in the eviction process is I've done a little homework on this, and I found out that every state is different. You need to be putting a less pendens lien against your property. And what I would do when I do that is I would add, you're going to need to add a certified copy of your title dispute, your federal court document, to the less pendens lien as an exhibit to verify that you have a valid lien against your property. Now, from what I learned from the little bit of time that I studied this, was that this less pendens lien thing is pretty powerful, and it carries quite a bit of weight, and it's under common law. And it is the only thing that I have found that actually automatically stops them from continuing with the sale or with their property until they get your ass kicked out of court. I mean, until you win. Until you make them go sit the hell down. That's what I mean to say. I'm just messing with y'all. I know what I mean to say, and y'all know I do. I just get off track. I want to make the point for the people who are thinking in the wrong place, so they can get their head turned around before they're calling me all maxed out because they're in a situation they don't want to be in and they didn't follow the instructions that were given to them to prevent them from being in the situation they don't want to be in. So it's best for you guys to do your homework and come to the table with a plan. It allows me to see where you are and what you understand. And it also allows me to see what you understand about what you're going through. Because if you don't understand shit about what you're going through, there's no way in hell that anybody's program is going to work for you. Like, for instance, most people think the lender's the one that's suing them, but the lender hasn't signed shit anywhere. There's no signature from the lender any place on anything. That's number one mistake most people make, is thinking that the lender is the one suing you when it's a third-party debt collector. And they tell you right on the bottom of the damn paper it's a third-party debt collector, but they lie up here on top of the paper and tell you that they're working for this LLC trust corporation. And if you look on it, in most cases, it has a number from the same year that the foreclosure started. I wonder why that number is not from 20 years ago when this shit was supposed to have been, yeah. They have a few little problems like that. So when you do your homework and you come to the table, hey, can this work for me? It looks like this 42 USC 1983 civil rights package is going to be what I need, because this package kind of covers almost anything when you're looking at attacking them for the illegal court process. If you don't hit them back for the illegal court process, you might as well just go throw your own shit in the yard. I'm just saying. Everybody wants to argue this other stuff. No, it's the illegal court process that is killing you, and that's what we need to be focusing on. You can place a less pendens lien against, well, you have to have a reason for the lien. So if you have your lawsuit, which we call the title dispute, filed in federal court, then you can, or even in state court, but why would you mess around in state court? Because the state court players are the ones trying to steal your stuff. The state is the one trying to steal your property, and people don't realize that. The state is the one that's trying to steal your property. The judge has a conflict of interest on the state level because the judge is being paid by the state, and the judge gets a pension by the state, and the judge gets to go play golf, and the state pays for what? That's my legal team is over there kind of trying to, so yeah. And I think they're worried that I might say that the judge gets a cut of what they steal from people when they take their houses. What? I don't, that's what I think. You guys can tell me what you think. If you think that, put a yes in the thing. Say, I think that too, or something. Let me know if you think that. I think the judge is getting a cut. And I also think, while I'm thinking, this is just me thinking, I think the judge is also getting money put into an offshore account somewhere for his or her retirement. Okay, so they're telling me over there I need to move on and stop thinking. Okay, sorry, I'm thinking too much. Things happen when you overthink. And I think I've said that to a couple of people. You're overthinking it. You shut the hell up. And sorry. Get that shit done. So when you guys come to a table like this, and I can coach you into a package with the confidence that you got this. And I know sometimes people call me and they want to talk more than I do. And I don't need to hear all of that. Most of the time, I have a couple of questions I need to ask, and after that, if I need more, I can ask for it. But most of the time, I don't, because the number one package that we have now is addressing the illegal court processes and procedures, the everyday shit they do to people. That's what we're addressing in that 42 USC 1983 civil rights package. And I restructured it to state a claim already, and it's hot. That's all I got to say about that. Now, the changes that we are making are the things that we're doing because, like I said, we get information from all across the United States, and some of these changes are going to help you get control of your situation. When you're watching the videos, you need to understand it's probably, if you're watching the videos on my YouTube channel for a specific situation or whatever, that's fine. If you're in this foreclosure thing or whatever, it's better to watch the end videos first, the last 3 or 4 or 5 videos and the last couple of live streams, especially if they have a tag on that says update, because those updates are the things that we do. And I don't have staff or time to put all of those things in the packages or whatever. So they're left on, and I also posted in here, and I'll post again when this is over, a link to the page, the coaching page. And the other page I had was a study group page, and it just didn't work out. Well, actually, it worked out to where I was able to learn what we need to make this step up to the second level. It didn't really work out for the coaching. There was over 600 people, and we couldn't do the studying because some people in the group knew more than I did. So I'm just gonna throw it out there. And some people like to hear themselves talk. So it got to be a situation where, I'm like, no, that's conventional crap, and that's not what we do here. And bless the heart of some of the people. Some of the people were trying to help with goodness in the heart. Some of the people were just hearing themselves talk because it was important to them. Now we have an open page. Anybody can like the page, and everybody knows that the coaching is there, and I'm the only one that's going to be answering the questions for the most part. And the other thing that was a bigger problem with the study group was people would come to the study group with the intentions of finding out what other people had done. And that's really not the way the group works, because your situation may be different, or you may be in a non-judicial or judicial, or you may or whatever. And so you can't go by, people are, well, I want other people in my state. Well, that doesn't matter, because in the end, you're going to file in federal court. So the way it's set up now is I'll be posting stuff in the group, and I posted a link to it in here, and you can go and like that page to see what I post. And if you have questions, I'll take them in that group. Pretty soon, I'm going to be busy to the point where I won't be able to answer everybody's questions in Messenger. So, and the other thing about that is I would be able to have other people see the question, so I don't have to answer the same question several times. And I know some people get a little grumpy about my time management situation here, and I've had people yell at me that I should hire staff, but they don't understand that if I hired staff, then I would have to raise my prices to pay them, because I'm not paying myself. Hey, Chris from Connecticut, welcome to the stream tonight. So that's the situation with that. So I don't have staff, and so I have to do what I have to do. And for the most part, it's working out for the people who are willing to do whatever it takes. So I do what I have to do, and people aren't willing to do whatever it takes. So now I talked to you guys a little bit about Brittany, and she calls me and asked me about helping her learn how to stop a federal case. And like I said, I was like really shocked, and I asked her, so why? Oh, well, because they don't have inter parties. So I said, so what? So court of jurisdiction. I'm like, oh, look at you go. Okay, no, actually, what I was thinking in my head was, and I didn't even know her name at this point, was, I think I love you, is what I was thinking in my head. But I wonder if my wife's watching. But what I actually said was, damn, look at you go. I was impressed. I'm like, yeah, I don't see any reason why we can't do that. And, I never really thought about putting together a package. Well, actually, I did. I did quite a while ago when they were holding my wife hostage. And that was one of the main reasons why I started down this path. And it's the federal government that I'm going to enjoy helping her punch. Because I'm retired. Oh, I don't punch anymore. I'm retired. So I just hide out. People ask me, what time frame are you in? What? Who's asking? Okay, I'm just kidding. They know where the hell I'm at. I'm in Kansas, right here. Not Kansas City, but this is close. Call me when you get this close so I can get ready. Okay, sorry. Sorry. I'm about to get in trouble over here. Yeah, Christopher, you are 100% right. There is no justice. And I can tell you a couple of reasons why there's no justice in court. The main reason is because you're in an administrative court, not a judicial court. You're in an administrative court of a corporation, and the administrative court is not from the Constitution, and it has no, it don't have to give you shit, and that's why you have to take, you have to take the shit. Okay, never mind. Sorry. No, they're not going to give you anything in administrative court. And people get so wrapped up in trying to argue their stuff and defend and respond and answer and all of this stupid shit. And the court is violating your due process rights. The court is violating the Administrative Procedures Act of 1946. Now, the Administrative Procedures Act of 1946, if you want to research that, you have to make sure you say it just like that and put 1946 on the end. Or you will get Cornell Law Library watered down bullshit. I'm just saying. The Administrative Procedures Act is actually a federal law that was enacted in 1946 to force these corporations to have their policies and procedures in line with the Constitution. It's powerful. Now, I had that in one of my lawsuit packages, and I actually moved it over because the 42 USC 1983 is just burning their ass. So we're like, well, we're just going to keep changing and go where it works. If we need to, we can bring another lawsuit for that. But so far, we haven't needed to. And the other thing that I'm doing with the 42 USC 1983 civil rights lawsuit package, I have one for foreclosure offensive strategies and one for traffic tickets. The other thing that I'm doing with them is, okay, so if you got the non-judicial foreclosure defense lawsuit package, the original one, I think right now it's down to like $400, and opened it up, you'd be like, oh my God, you have to read in the back. There's like, I don't know, 26 documents or something. When we structured that package, it was based off of all the shit they were doing that we had to stop to get people to have a chance to stay in their house. So obviously the goal is to narrow it down to, well, in my perfect world, and I don't know where the hell that is most of the time. In my perfect world, it is like one document, okay, to stop all of that. But we haven't got to one. I think we're down to, I don't know, 5 or 6 maybe in the 42 USC. I think we're down to 5 or 6, which to me is outstanding. I mean, it's outstanding, especially when we changed that document. When I changed that document to state a claim for relief, it was so powerful. And stating a claim for relief is easy as hell to do. All you have to do is just number all of the paragraphs of stuff they did to you, and then connect paragraphs 1 to 5 with the counts that you're saying that they did. 1 through 6 is this, and 7 through 9 is this. all of them is this, because whenever I do it, I add conspiracy in there. So I can just add them all to all of the counts, and I don't have to worry about nitpicking and shit. And now they can figure that shit out on their own. So that's, and I have like 4 or 5 videos for that, to learn how to state a claim. We're teaching you guys how to do this the way the attorneys want to do it, because I'm tired of them belly aching. And you know what? When I put that shit together, state a claim, and I got all done, I was like, damn, I've been working way too damn hard. I'm just saying, we've been working way too damn hard. So I also put together a brand new motion for summary judgment that was designed to be used specifically. I mean, you can take it and use it for other shit if you want to, but it was designed specifically to be used when people file that 42 USC, bam, stick it in their face, because they can't answer to it. They can't answer none of my stuff, but they sure can answer to that, because you're addressing their everyday procedures and processes in court that rob you of the due process of law. That's what you're addressing. So that package is the bomb, and it's going great. You can find it on my website. I have a updated version of that on my SAM card, and it's a little more expensive because that version of the 42 UFC 1980 Civil Rights Package is what we're using in the online course. The online course Civil Rights Package addresses the real estate deed fraud. The real estate deed fraud. That's how all of this stuff that you're dealing with started. We started with real estate deed fraud. And it's so simple. Your state mandates that deed is supposed to be delivered to you. And conveyance is not complete until, that's their own word. I've been reading that shit. Conveyance is not complete until it's delivered to you, but that's not what they do. What they do is what they call their constructive delivery, and they register it in their office. And then they illegally make a copy of their security, because that's what it's called, and they mail it to you to make you think that you have the title and you're in charge of your property. And people don't realize the very first illegal lien that was put against their property was the mortgage lien. And it was illegal because if there were several people that owned property, everybody that owned that property would have to be present to sign that lien, right? So the fact that the alleged lender, accepted your signature on that lien proves that you owned it already, or somebody else would have had to sign. I smell stink somewhere. And you know how people tell me all the time, you know what? My lien, if I don't keep my deed in their office, then someone's going to get on it or whatever. And, okay, you know what? Back in the day, you had to have your shit notarized and kept it in your family Bible. And if somebody wanted to challenge you, they have to come down to the table with their shit that was notarized prior to yours. That was simple. Then they started to have to put your shit in their office. Well, I play football and I box. Okay, those are 2 things in college. Those are 2 things not smart people do. So I have to keep it simple. I'm looking at it simple. So when they put my deed in their office, who has access to it? Think about that. Who has access to it? Anybody. Everybody has access to it. Number one, I have people in one of my groups that have all the paperwork to show that their foreclosure was paid off. They have the lien release, the deed, they have all the stuff, but they're in foreclosure. How the hell could that be? I was like, Flora, I'm like, okay, this is the only time I asked these, so don't send me your stuff, because that's my number 1B. But I asked them to send me their stuff because I wanted to look at it. And what we found out was that the new Leach attorney that filed the foreclosure against their property went down to the county recorder's office. Yeah, you guys catching on. They went down there and got all his information and put on a fake assignment and jammed his ass up. These fools know that probably 99% of us can't afford to hire their asses. And they also know that if you hire an attorney to help you, that attorney is automatically going to get a cut of what they steal from you when they take your shit for throwing your ass under the bus in the end, plus what they get from you for the fake help. So they don't. Okay, so who else has access to your property? People from other countries. Oh, I've seen stories on YouTube. People from other countries know how to get on the computer and access that shit, put your stuff up, print out, take and sell your freaking property from over there. Now, I don't know whose idea it was to put the shit in their office so everybody can have access to it. But what I do know is there is no law that says you have to put your shit in their office. And my challenge property tax lawsuit package is structured. Actually, all of the stuff that I sell, everything that I sell pretty much is about getting control of your property. I have people call, oh no, they'll be messing with me. No, it's not a foreclosure. It's a this, it's a that. It's a tax this, it's a taxi this, that thing. I'm like, okay, they're trying to take your shit, right? They're trying to take your shit. That's it. It don't matter if it's a foreclosure, especially if using 42 USC 19. But at the end of the day, you want to use your leverage, not the $20 million or none of that. You want to use that leverage to get your damn deed out of their office. That's the goal. To get your deed out of, well, the first goal is to stay in your house. The second goal is to get your deed out of their office. Because if you don't get your deed out of their office, they're still going to, and there's no law that says it has to be in there. So if there's no law that says your deed has to be in there, you should, I'm thinking you shouldn't have to sue them to get it out. And if you do, I got what you need. It's on the website, winningcourtnow.com. There's other things down there in the little thingy. The link to the thingy is in the thingy. So does anyone have any questions about the package? K-Ray, the prices of the package, there are several prices. Depends on what you want. I got an online course that teaches you more than you're going to get in the package. But the package has been working just fine for the people using the package. We got several people that are in the eviction process and that have blocked it so far. Paris and Keith were going to call in last week, but I had to go spend time with my girlfriend wife, my wife girl. So yeah, we had the show early, so they didn't get a chance to call in. Maybe they'll call in next week or sometime because I'm going to have a couple of drop-in shows next week and see who shows up. See who's got the little thingy on that's getting the bell rung and all that, so they know when the coach is up in the house. Yep. Hey, Floyd. Welcome to the show, buddy. Magic. And K-Ray, you can, after you get educated, you can email me or you can friend me on Facebook too. That's where I like to help people because what we talk about is written and you can go back and read it again. And I don't have to say it a whole bunch of times. I hate going over the thing. So if I go over the thing with you and you understand it, when we're done, don't ask me to go over the thing again, okay? I don't want to go over the thing again. And I also hate to talk to people who are driving. So I had one lady call me. I did a stream just out of the blue, and I had this lady call me, and she was freaking out because she almost wrecked her car trying to get over to the side so she could turn the stream on. So I reminded her that it's recorded. There's no need that anybody has to die to hear what I got to say, okay? Because it's recorded, so you can listen to it later. Anyway, yeah, I don't like to talk to people who are driving because you just have to say everything over again because they don't really, it don't sink in while you're doing all this other stuff. Try not to run over and kill people on the street. So keep that in mind when you call. And I don't like to talk to people who just got something from the court on the same day because people are a little maxed out and need to breathe in that bag. And I don't handle that very well. So that's all I'm bringing to the table tonight, guys. If you are facing this problem, you should head over to the website at winincourtnow.com and get what you need. If you're in the eviction protocol, you need to not worry about filing your counterclaim. We were doing that so people wouldn't have to pay to stop the process. But if you're in the 10-day window, you don't have time to be doing any of that crap because they're going to leave it sitting on the basket over there and they'll be the ones in charge. So if you're facing an eviction process, now what we're doing is getting your stuff filed in federal court. But the most important thing is to get your stuff filed in state court. You need to file a state court lawsuit against the eviction court judge and all of those people. And also have your lawsuit filed in federal court. It's sad that you have to file 2 lawsuits to stop the illegal shit, but no, we're figuring it out, and then what we're planning on doing is moving all of that state stuff over to removing it and putting it in your federal lawsuit when it's all done, because that's what they're supposed to do anyway. But we're figuring out if you don't stop it, if you don't file your lawsuit in state court or the counterclaim, if you have time to play. If you don't do that, you're going to be chasing your tail because they're on the phone talking to each other. Yep, we still got control over here. We just need another week. We're going to give them the 10-day thing tomorrow. We're going to give them the 10-day thing tomorrow, but we publicized it last week already. So the 10 days are going to be over the day after tomorrow because we put it in a public notice and we didn't tell them. Man, they try some shady ass shit. So, and this is the beauty of the people that have been helping me put this together is that we're up on their shady shit, and we're adjusting what we need to address the shady. I wasn't going to say it again. Shit problem. Sorry. So you guys with questions, you can email them over to me, or you can friend me on Facebook and you can ask me your questions there, or you can go to the group. I'm going to put a link to the group in here again. You can go to the group here and just leave your questions in the group and comment with me there. Eventually, this is where the coaching is going to take place because I need to be able to let everybody see the answers and the question and the answers so that other people are learning and I'm not having to say the same thing to everybody, which is going to allow me to stretch out and help more people. That is why I have a problem with my time. Some people get pissed off at me or whatever, and I don't really care if it's an issue with my time because I don't want to listen to all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to make sure that I help the people that call me or the people that email me or the people that get in my program that have questions. Nikki, we won't need to if that's a much larger mountain to climb. And that is exactly what they're doing. But the problem is to prove that and to climb that mountain, they made the path that you need to go down. So the path I'm going down is the 42 U.S.C. 1983 because it is addressing, it's addressing the illegal court process and procedures that they're using to jam you up with. That to me, now that's not enough. You're going to add a couple of more million to it or something. but I don't do, now I had RICO in one of my things, and, it pissed them off, but, I didn't need to piss them off with that, because I got plenty of other stuff to piss them off with and make them have to go hire an attorney and increase their liability. See, the goal here is to force them to visualize the shared liability. That's the third goal. World Boss 1955. How many lawsuits have you won? I don't win any lawsuits. And how much money have I received so far? No, man, you sound like an attorney. That sounds like attorney BS. No, man, I don't do lawsuits. Okay, I'm a coach. I'm a legal coach. I'm an educator. I have 2 online courses, and you can go to my website and do your own homework, because I don't really spend a whole lot of time telling people stuff that they can go find out on their own. That's the reason why I put all this stuff together. So I don't win any lawsuits. People do the work themselves. I provide the tools, you do the work. And I'm thinking you haven't watched any of my stuff, because I say that all the time. And I'm trying to be nice, so I haven't won any lawsuits, because I don't sue anybody. And how much money I receive so far is my business. I have a business and I sell quite a few things. I have streams. I have all kinds of stuff. So I'm not sure what the hell the money has to do with anything for you. I obviously don't make enough money, or I have some help. I have some staff that would be weeding out your stupid questions. So I'm just, come on, man. Okay, this is about helping you save your property. If that's not what you need to do, you're in the wrong place. So don't come asking me stupid shit. And how much money have I received so far? What the hell has that got to do with anything? They'd be kidding me. Yeah, James, yeah. And it's like, if I was hungry, I needed to go attack a bunch of animals and get me some. I don't need to get the biggest one. The idea is to stay in your house. Now, I have the same goal for both people in the property situation and people in the foreclosure situation. The goal is to stay in your house. That's number one goal. I have people call and tell me that they're waiting for them to help them with a loan modification. And I'm like, well, why would they want to help you after they start to foreclose? And then when they tell you, we're going to take your property and we're not going to give you back none of the money that you paid into it, or none of the equity or anything. So when they tell you that, we're just going to take your stuff. Why would they want to help you? Why would they want to help you when they can just take it all again? Because they do this from everybody. And, in the non-judicial, they tell you, oh, there's no case. There's no case file. Oh, that's all bullshit, total bullshit. There's no way in hell they could sell your property on the sheriff's steps in 30 days if there wasn't a case file of your property already. So that's just where I'm at. Now, you guys, I'm going to post another video sometime next week, and I'm also going to do a drop-in stream. So you guys make sure you ring the bell so you get notification when it's time to rock and roll. Make sure you're clicking those ads so I can get paid, because I need staff. I need to be able to buy some steak and some crab legs for my puppy. My puppy's in there. My puppy's inside right now. It's too hot to come outside. My puppy's inside. But yeah, I need you guys to click on those ads. And when YouTube hooks me up, I'm going to lower the prices of my basic packages to help more people. So thank you guys I appreciate the privilege of sharing your time, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, make sure you click on the thing down there, subscribe, ring the bell, and leave a comment. So, and it's always good to know who's here.